Just because I wasn't afraid to get on here and say my BBL smelled like dumpster juice and y'all are, don't make me the villain. When you go through it, get through it, and heal through it, you are able to talk about it. And those that got the skeletons trapped in their closet will envy you. Y'all made up every excuse to why my BBL was stinking. I wasn't washing up. I didn't have money to pay for massages. Instead of just saying, oh, her body rejected it like I told y'all in the first place. That's the problem with a lot of y'all bogus content creators now. All y'all do is piggyback off of other people's story, and when it don't fit y'all narrative or y'all don't agree, y'all want to talk. But the same people y'all talking on is the same ones that's putting money in your pocket simply because you don't have a brain of your own, or you're afraid to come out with your story, scared about what somebody else got to say.
These BBLs are gonna unalive y'all. And yes, I said unalive because there's something about my channel that YouTube does not like. There's a lady on TikTok who goes by unapologetically K Montana who got a lot of hate this past week, especially from women because of her experience with her BBL. It got rejected. She has all the details we're gonna watch. But before we do, a disclaimer as always, this video is for educational and commentary purposes only. I am not a medical doctor. I am not a surgeon. I am not in the medical field. I am just here to give my opinion as well as to listen to other people's opinions. Let's get into it.
So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit-down ear was stinking real bad.
I gotta take a moment. Yo, what? Your sit-down air? I know exactly what she means. You know exactly what she means. You know when somebody's had a long day? Summertime is a perfect example. That is when hygiene should be at the toppest tier, especially if you're gonna be outside. There is sit-down air. There is somebody walking right past you air. There is somebody talking to you air. It just stank. It reeks. Before you even consider a BBL, just make sure you are a clean person, please and thank you. And if you need any help, if let's say your parents aren't doing the job that they're supposed to do in educating you, or you're just not wanting to listen to them and you'd rather listen to somebody else, just make sure at least bare minimum, go to YouTube University. And it'll help you. If you are somebody that is clean, there are, I'm just gonna use sicknesses or illnesses or unfortunate circumstances that lead you to reek. So you have to go to a doctor to get that checked out. If you have taken the steps, the bare minimum steps of taking a shower, making sure you're clean, squeaky clean, and not smelling.
And it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms.
So you're telling me your BBL stunk to the point of carrying air freshener? I feel like at that point, it's not going to be smelling like air freshener dookie. You know what I mean? Not dookie as in poop, but dookie as in whatever's going on back there.
It would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, you know, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that rot-eaten flesh. I really was like, so this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, you know, to do something.
The laundry detergent bounced back. It said, listen, we need something greater than what we have over here. We are an army. And we are losing this battle because this is beyond just normal smells. This is a stench that cannot be removed over here. You got to go see the doctor, and you have to go see the doctor immediately.
Because my sit-down one was stinking real bad. So I deleted part 1 because there were so many people in the comments talking what y'all are doing now. So I deleted part 1 and I made part 2 because there was some people in the comments that wanted to know more. BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt, okay? There's people in the comments saying, oh, you wasn't washing up right. Come on, let's be real. It's coming out of the incision. It f***ing stink. I don't care what y'all say. It stink. And if it's not healing properly and your body is rejecting it, the hole will remain open and the drainage will continue to come out and stink up your linen, stink up your underwear, stink up everything, okay? Now, my BBL been removed for the past 4 years. Only had it in for about a year until it was stinking so bad I couldn't take it no more. I don't know if y'all wanted me to get on here and say BBL smell good, but they stink. Stay away from them.
One thing a lot of delusional people are not willing to do is accept that BBLs are one of the most dangerous cosmetic surgeries. And instead, you'll have people like her who have freedom of speech share their experiences. They get dogged in the comment section because you are lying. You are putting a bad name to BBLs. And need I break it to you? But BBLs already have a bad rep, a smelly rep at that. But I'm just saying you need to go see a doctor if something back there is starting to smell rotten. The biggest risk of BBLs is fat embolism. If you saying I'm pronouncing that word wrong, figure out where I'm from. My accent's coming out. But fat embolism, as well as necrosis, which is when your skin tissues die. Pretty much the reason why BBLs are smelly is because you have an infection. My opinion, if you're new here, I don't like cosmetic surgery. I've said it before that I understand why people get these surgeries, but I swear everybody that just hates the fact that I hate cosmetic surgery takes that part of what I said and throws it out. And they're like, no, you just don't understand. I understand why you want it. Chill. I just wouldn't get it. A lot of people always ask, what about burn victims and this? Now I'm going on a tangent, but if you want to know that, put it in the comment section and I'll tell you my opinion. It's fine. As long as you don't hate my opinion, then we'll be fine. If you do, move on to somebody else. I just want to go through some of the cases of people that have lost their life because we can all talk about sit down air and we can joke about BBLs and we can have people that are like, oh, your experience is not valid. This is a lie. You're spreading fake news. This doesn't happen. Whatever. We can all have our freaking disagreements. But at the end of the day, when somebody loses their life because of a procedure, a cosmetic procedure at that, something you could have lived without. It's just a bunch of mixed emotions, but let's just get into the fatalities. Erica Russell in 2021 in Florida, she was 33 years old, a mother of 5 from Tennessee, who died after undergoing a BBL. The procedure was performed by Dr. John Sampson, who was allegedly not authorized to operate on patients. And during the procedure, Erica suffered multiple organ perforations, leading to internal bleeding and a fatal fat embolism. Notably, Dr. Sampson had already performed 6 surgeries earlier that day before operating on Erica. It is very important, if this is something you want to do, to please do the research. Make sure that you are going to a board certified surgeon. Don't go to somewhere sketchy. Make sure you're not just chasing the trend and you're actually looking out for your life because it's quite literally on the line. And depending on who you lay on the table for, they will either make a BBL or they will cause you to never see your BBL. Proceed with freaking caution. Please. Dania Placencia of Florida as well, at the age of 23, underwent a BBL at Mia Aesthetics in Miami. Shortly after the procedure, she experienced a fat embolism and passed away. The medical examiner confirmed that fat entered her bloodstream, causing her to stop breathing, and this case was among several similar incidents in the region during that period. And in 2023, a 40-year-old woman who was referred as SL, also in Florida, passed away following a BBL performed by Dr. Furman Morales. Despite using ultrasound guidance, Dr. Morales allegedly injected fat into her gluteal muscles, a practice prohibited in Florida due to its high risk. An autopsy revealed fat deposits in her gluteal muscles as well as her lungs, leading to her passing the very next day. Another part of that article says one woman in the United Kingdom sought a BBL to aid her gym goals for a bigger behind, but instead essentially left her butt rotting from the inside out. And then it says another woman from the UK traveled to Turkey for a BBL, but passed away in the recovery room following her surgery. By the time her body was returned home, parts of her brain, lungs, and heart were missing. Yeah, that sounds like organ harvesting, which is something I'll be talking about in the near-ish future. Still, the trend presses on, and even those who have survived near-fatal procedures continue to have more done. Shatarka Newby of Florida passed away after receiving illegal butt injections from O'Neill Ron Morris, an unlicensed individual. Morris injected a mixture of substances, including cement and mineral oil, into Newby's buttocks. Newby later passed away from respiratory failure caused by massive silicone migration. Morris was sentenced to 10 years in prison for manslaughter and practicing medicine without a license. I mean, if your doctor looks like this, come on. Really? You see the results. What do you think you're gonna get? I'm not trying to kick somebody when they're already passed away, but I'm just saying, y'all, you cannot be cheap. I repeat, please.
I wasn't expecting my video to blow up like it did, but I have a lot of women angry with me. They are reporting me. They're commenting nasty things. I'm just about to delete everything and go about my business, because when I say this is crazy, it's like they removed the sound from my other video. I wasn't saying anything, but I guess I did not fit their narrative. They're not happy about my experience. That's pretty much what I was saying. They denied that. They said they're not putting my sound back up. So I'ma just... The crazy part is so many women pissed off at me, I don't even know who to start to block so they could start reporting me. They're just coming at a rapid pace. So I'm done, y'all. I'm just like... I didn't know people was gonna get mad like this. I just thought I was sharing experience, but I'm done. This BBL tribe don't play.
I mean, your name on TikTok is Unapologetically K Montana, and I think you should just be unapologetic. It is your experience. You shouldn't care what people are saying, and if anything, disable your comment section or just ignore people. But it's easier said than done. You really have to have tough skin if you're going to be on social media. I'll tell you that right now. Otherwise, you're really going to crumble and fall and eventually delete your videos when you shouldn't. It's your story to tell. And plus, it is educational for the young people that may be watching this and thought, I want a BBL. Bam. That's some information for you. And obviously, there's going to be somebody in the comment section like, oh, just because it happened to her doesn't mean it'll happen to the next young person. I know. But let's not risk our lives just to validate other people's opinions. I know you guys are going to hate me for saying that. If you are this person and the shoe fits, I think you should have gotten right help in terms of therapy or maybe something else instead of a BBL. You wanted validation from other people. You see yourself less than because you're chronically on social media instead of putting your phone down and living your life exactly how you want to live it. Being insecure, or you were bullied in the past and it makes you now at your age wonder if maybe if I do this to myself, I'll feel better. If you fall under any of that, then I think you should not be getting a BBL at all.
So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. Me and my sister went to get the procedure done together. And before I got the procedure done, I joined a group on Facebook. It was like a support group. Different women that got it, that's in relationships, just for, to talk about it. So a lot of women in the group was pretty much saying, when you get it, your boyfriend is going to be jealous, so just keep an eye out on that. So when he was telling me it was smelly down there, I was going to the group saying, he's saying it's smelly down there. They was basically telling me to ignore him. He's jealous, but he'll eventually come around. So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, man's was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah. I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks. But after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was doing. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mine's would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So I used to put gauze and dressings on it to support the leakage while I may have been outside or out and about. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up, or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't. So one day me and my boyfriend was about to do something, and he just was like, I cannot take the smell anymore. And he broke up with me and he left. And that was pretty much that. But he was telling me for months. But me listening to the women in a group thinking they knew what they was talking about, it kind of messed everything up for me. It even got to the point I was wearing jeans in the summertime because it was an embarrassment even looking at it. I'm going to upload the picture right here.
To be fair, when it comes to the ladies in the group, you only told them just a little, unless you're not telling us exactly what you said to the ladies, which is fine. But to give those ladies a benefit of the doubt, according to your story time, all you said is you told them your boyfriend thinks it's stinky or smelly, and that's it. I mean, if you gave them better context, they probably would have been like, ma'am, you need to go to the doctor and you need to go today. If anything, they probably would have been calling 911 for you.
I've been getting a lot of messages from different women asking me to tell their story, so I'm going to tell y'all a story that I just received tonight. She captioned her story, "The infection they tried to ignore." I went out of state for my BBL because a friend recommended this up-and-coming clinic. It looked professional enough, clean, organized, and the staff seemed nice.
What do you mean by up-and-coming? Is this an artist in the making? Because that's the only time I've heard up-and-coming.
The price was lower than most places, but I thought I was getting a good deal. The surgery went fine at first. The pain was intense, but expected. I was swollen, bruised, and sore. Normal post-op stuff. But about day 5 in, I started noticing a strange smell. At first, I thought maybe I wasn't cleaning myself well enough, even though I was following the aftercare instructions to the letter. Then I noticed one of the incisions on my lower back felt warm, too warm. The area was red, hard, and the smell started getting worse. It was a sour and rotten smell. When I called the clinic, they brushed it off, told me it was normal healing and to give it a few more days. By day 7, the pain was unbearable and pus was draining from the incision. I ended up in urgent care where they immediately told me I had a deep tissue infection, necrotizing fasciitis. I hope I got that right. The bacteria had started killing the tissue inside my body. They rushed me to the hospital and I had to go through emergency surgery to remove the infected tissue. I stayed in the hospital for over a week on IV antibiotics, scared out of my mind. I survived, but I was left with a permanent scarring and had to have reconstructive surgery months later. My body is forever changed, not by the BBL I wanted, but by the damage it left behind. Lesson learned, cheaper doesn't mean safer, and if your body smells like something is dying, don't let anyone tell you it's normal.
There's more from where that came from. There is a bunch of BBL stories that I consistently hear about. If you have a BBL story that you want to share, make sure that you click on the link down below, as well as please, please, please always remember to vet your surgeons. Make sure they're board certified. Make sure you're not cheaping out. Make sure you're just overall careful because you only have one life on this earth. Treat your body very, very carefully. And please ask how many surgeries are done in a day, because if it is more than 2 or 3, you're not in a clinic, you're in a factory. You need a run for the hills. I don't care if it's up and coming, which that on its own is a red flag, but please just do your freaking research.